quick word about myself. 25 years in the industry, 2 years in command, and 4 years I was technical director in one of the leading maritime consulting company before I started on my own 9 years back as C and Beyond. And I was working in IBM as one level below associate partner. And education, as Amit said, I did it from IIM Ahmedabad, my MBA, and a BSc from BITS Pilani. It was a distance learning, and a few IT related courses is what I've done. We've managed to do a few firsts in C and Beyond. We addressed the career transition issue, which was extremely close to my heart, which is the main reason why I started C and Beyond. And we've been endorsed by various senior professionals in various domains. We've been doing webinars for honestly more than nine years. We have a few services: LinkedIn, career guidance, jobs, education, and a lot of these things is what we do at C and Beyond. Now, what I am gonna talk more about is how do you upskill, or what can you do to upskill yourself, right? So one of the key things which people tend to do or have a thought process is that let me do an MBA, and that is essentially the panacea that will serve all my goals or whatever I want from life. MBA will serve. So MBA many become a destination, right? So what I'm trying to do in this slide is try and share with you my thoughts on whether you should be doing an MBA, and if so, what kind of MBA you should be doing, right? So first question for you to ask is, do you want to stay in shipping, right? Now, if you want to stay in shipping, then MBA may not be the best option. Fair and square over here. If you want to stay in shipping, MBA not the best option, because MBA doesn't recognize or shipping doesn't recognize MBA a lot. It recognizes your domain experience and probably studies which are related to your particular domain. Right? That's given more weightage to an MBA. Is this changing? Yes, it is changing, but maybe it'll take maybe a decade or so to probably possibly fully change, or may not change also. But that's my initial thought. Now, second is, do you want to move away from shipping? Then absolutely, MBA is probably the best option for you to go ahead. But then how should you choose the MBA, and what option do you should be taking? If your age is less than 30, right, and you're looking for an MBA, look for a full-time MBA from top 20 colleges in the geography where you would like to work, right? So look at the geography, understand where you would like to work, then look at the top 20, and you can choose any MBA from them there. If your age is between 30 to 35, then you should be looking at only top 10 MBAs, right? Again, the geography, select the top 10 MBA and start applying over there. If you're between 35 to 40, then you should only look at top 3, maybe top 5 colleges. Do not even apply outside those colleges, is what I would suggest. And of course, you can, do an MBA from there. More than 40, I wouldn't recommend an MBA, because, I mean, for the purposes of transition, or for the purposes of a better employment in the near future, a full-time one is probably not recommended, right? Now, distance learning MBA is generally not beneficial unless there is a qualification criteria, right? So what happens is, in some companies, and more so in the government ones, that you need to have an MBA to get promoted, right? Or maybe if it's in your company as well, then do a distance learning program, which will help you to be qualified for a promotion. The second reason why you could do a distance learning is um, um, for your own self. If you want to learn, right, then go ahead and do a distance learning MBA as well, right? Now I have this also this band which is at the bottom, which goes from green to red, and the reason why I have it's shown like that is because it's less risky when you're doing an MBA at a younger age, and the higher or the older you are, it becomes more risky for you to do an MBA in terms of getting the ROI in a tangible way. In terms of learning, you will learn a lot, but I mean, our mind doesn't work in just in terms of learning. Most of our mind, we'll look at tangible gains. So that's why the risk increases when you do an MBA when you are older and then you start planning to do an MBA, right? Um, Moving to the next slide. Now, so now let's look at shipping, logistics, sports focused courses, right? Now, if you want to stay in shipping, right? And that was the first thing which I had said in the earlier slide. If you want to stay in shipping, then MBA or a non-shipping MBA is probably not the best. But if you want to stay in shipping, then these are the kind of courses which are preferable, right? The companies over there, they value sailing experience a lot, right? And you would also be able to leverage your experience more when you do these kind of courses. So if you want to continue sailing, right, and no plans to leave sailing in the near future, then you could look at a distance learning shipping focused programs, right? It could be MSc, it could be law, it could be those kind of postgraduate programs which you could be looking at. If you don't, and this will help you um, in 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 enhancing your thought process, right? The main thing which education does is your perception or the way you look at things, all of those changes as and when you study further, right? So and then this is what will happen to you if you want to continue sailing. If you do a distance learning program, the way you understand things and the way you react to them, that will change. Now, if you don't want to continue sailing for eternity and you have plans to sail for 1 to 4 years, right? Now, if your age is more than 35, when you would quit sailing, right, then enroll for a distance learning program, preferably a 2-year program. So you want to sail for the next 4 years, 1 to 4 years, but when you want to quit, you have a plan in mind and your age at the time of quitting would be 35, then enroll for a distance learning program. But if your age is less than 35 when you plan to quit, then you should understand your interest. You should shortlist a college which is in line with your interest. Your interest could be in ports, your interest could be in commercial, your interest could be in law, your interest could be pure shipping, your interest could be I don't know, supply chain. So that's the interest. Shortlist the college which are more known for those kind of courses. Save money, right? So you still have about 1 or 4 years for sailing. Save the money, right? And then invest in a full-time course. You are leaving in less than a year. The sailing, again, I'll say the same thing. Understand your interest, shortlist college, save money, and invest into full-time course. Some of the courses which you can, of course, look at is law and shipping operations and management, Those were on the distance learning side, which are if you want to continue sailing. If you want to enroll for a distance learning program, then there's again law, operations, management. If you want to look at full time, then plethora of options. Actually, we've just written a few, but there are many more options available. Right. Again, what I mentioned, what are the courses available for full time? Economics and logistics, maritime law, international maritime business, commercial shipping, supply chain, trade and logistics, logistics and port management, shipping and logistics. Why we have written down all of these courses on the full-time or distance learning is because many a times we are not aware of the kind of courses that we could do. And because we're not aware, we don't know the difference also. And sometimes when we are aware, we don't know the difference still. So we can, of course, help you in explaining the difference, but that's for another day. I'll probably take a one-to-one discussion because that becomes a lot more specific. And on the distance learning side also, we have written the kind of courses that you could do. Now, how do you pick a course, right? So you've decided which kind of course you would like to do. You may want to go for an MBA. You want to stay in shipping. You may probably want to look at a shipping focused course. You've decided you want to do a full-time course or a distance learning course. And you know that within this duration, I would like to probably do one of the courses. Now, once you have done that, then you need to pick a course. And how do you pick a course is understand your interest, right? So, this, and of course, we can help you with in terms of your personality, which kind of field would probably be better for you. So take professional help if you want. If you can decipher yourself, do it yourself. Understand your interest. Look at the geography where you would like to get into, and that's very important because sometimes people are a lot confused that I want to stay in India, I want to go outside. If you're outside with geography, check the credibility of those colleges, of those courses. Check where can you get the maximum and the most relevant network, right? One of the most important things that I have gained from my college MBA is my network, right? Now, if I have to ask a question about, about tech, about maybe manufacturing, about anything, it's not very far off. I can just call up one of my friends and, they can answer me. And then you look at the ROI and then you choose a course, right? I'm summarizing whatever I've said. MBA, if you don't want to continue shipping, age is on your side, you're good in academics, you're prepared for a bigger competition, go for an MBA. Shipping focus, you want to leverage your years of experience. One second. Rahul, you got to mute yourself. All right. Shipping focused, if you want to leverage your years of experience, you're looking beyond superintendent roles and you want to move into associated fields. Modular courses, you're looking at a stable job, you don't want a lot of disruption, you need an incremental growth. So basically you are in the HSEQ department, you want to move to commercial, then do one of those courses, right? So you'll have that role change, you'll have that growth. And one of the areas where I strongly suggest every one of us to look at is tech related upskilling, right? Start those small free courses probably, and then move to a bigger paid one, understanding which kind of technology is you are liking to read about, right? So whether you should be doing full-time distance learning or you don't need an additional learning, full-time preferable to do before 40. Distance learning can be done when sailing or in shore job, no age limit, no additional learning. That's all right. People have succeeded without any additional learning as well. And these are the stats which I'm trying to then give you. 3 to 5% people opt for full-time learning. 5 to 10% people actually nowadays probably more, maybe I think 15% people opt for distance learning. Many people don't opt for an additional learning, right? 90% who have So out of these, on the full-time side, out of the 5% who would have opted for full-time course, 90% of them would have a better career progression, right? On the distance learning side, of the 5 to 10%, 65% would have better advancement. And even if you have not done any additional upskilling, you could still go at the top, but the probability reduces, right? So the probability of success in a professional career reduces if you have not done any learning, and increases if you have done a skill enhancement, and more so in a full-time basis. Typical questions which I get, and probably been fortunate to talk to a lot of people when they are looking for a career transition or a new course. Will I get placement? There is no course in the world which can guarantee you a placement. And I am Ahmedabad also, which is the #1 college in India. Um, does everyone get placed? No. Do everyone get offer? Yes, but they may not get an offer on the kind of role that they may look at. So they decline it, right? But so will I get placed? No guarantee, but there are very high chances, right? You'll not get immediate returns, but you will really get, long-term returns are for sure there. How much salary do I get after passing out? So don't look at the last to last batch. Look at a more longer perspective when you check this. You don't know when you get into the course what kind of what happens worldwide, right? It's a VUCA world. You might have another war, or you might have a recession. So no one can guarantee a kind of salary that you will get after you pass out, but for sure, it all evens out after 2-3 years. The ROI will be there on long-term basis. Another question which I get a lot is only master COC valid to enroll for a full-time course? Mostly yes, but it depends on the course. But it mostly yes. So you'll have to connect to us, and we can tell you for which it is, and how it is a for sure yes, and for the others, what else do you have to do? Again, plan for a course because you want to upskill, right? Not just for a job. Job is a byproduct. If you sit in the course, if you read well, if you understand well, if you build your network, if you impress the professors, you will progress, you will get a good job. There are no two ways about it. But do it because you want to learn, right? How can we help you? We are partnered to 40 plus colleges around the world where we are offering you courses. So what are we doing actually? We are partnered to 40 plus colleges. We are now developing and delivering certification courses with Gujarat Maritime University. One of the interesting things about this GMU collaboration is that you can do modular courses. So you can do a course which is for a 3-month course, say on commercial shipping. You can do a 3-month course into tech. You can do a 3-month modular course into, say, communication skills or leadership. And you can combine all of them to get a diploma. And this is under the new education policy in India, wherein you can do them, say, probably in the next 3 years, 3-month courses spread 3 month every year, and then you could get a degree. Sorry, not a degree. Degree is still under the works, but at least a diploma that you can get. So you can have these certification courses counted for more. We have developed Marinet platform where you could have access to recorded courses. Some of the courses are commercial shipping, Excel, BI, email etiquettes, communication skills. And we can help you in choosing the best course for you. For your foreign universities, choosing the preferred geography, assist in providing scholarship. A lot of universities connected to us, we know how do they provide scholarship. They provide some discounts. We can help you in enrollment, in visa, preparing of SOP, LOR. And again, the vision of C and Beyond has been to help you to take a well-informed decision by empowering you, guiding you, and hopefully you achieving the best.